Hi, I'm psychologist Professor Richard Wiseman, and I'm here at the National Gallery of Modern Art in Edinburgh to talk about the psychology of colour. Now, we all know that colour really matters. It's the difference between seeing this and this. Now, these artists obviously understand how to use colour, but how about you? When you produce a document, do you print it in colour or black and white? Because you might be surprised at the difference that makes. We've just carried out an experiment that looked at the impact of colour on the sorts of documents you produced for your customers. We had two groups of people. One of them looked at the documents printed in black and white, and the other looked at the same documents produced in colour. We found out that the coloured documents were 30% more eye-catching. So if you want to get that invoice paid or that brochure noticed, then hit the colour button. But there's more to colour than that. We also examined the impact of colour on the sorts of documents that people use at work. We asked groups of people to complete a really difficult task. They were given complicated documents and asked to extract a lot of information in a very short period of time. Some of the documents were printed in colour, others in black and white. The results showed that people found it 25% easier to get the information out of the coloured documents. Not only that, but people said that working with the documents that had been printed in colour was 20% more pleasant, and they thought a lot more care had gone into producing them. In another part of the experiment, we asked people how they'd feel if their company said you're not allowed to print in colour. Some people said they'd worry they wouldn't be able to impress their clients. Others said it would feel like their employer simply wasn't trusting their judgment. And many people said they'd take it as a sign that a company was struggling. So what have we learnt about the psychology of colour? Well, colourful documents are obviously eye-catching, but there's a lot more to it than that. When you print a document in colour, it makes people more productive and more effective. Perhaps most important of all, it also makes them feel valued and happier. So perhaps it's time to learn a lesson from the great artists and for all of us to appreciate the true value of colour.